I want to start off by telling a story about one day I was at Rap-A-Lot headquarters, which they call a compound. We was in the parking lot just all kicking it, just a whole bunch of people. And I happened to have a bottle of Hennessy in my hand. So this older cat walked up on us, and I looked at him, and I said, "You want a shot of this right here? You want some of this Hennessy?" And he looked at me with this dirty look, and he said, "You must not know who I am." And I looked at him in a disgusted way because I was just trying to be friendly because we was all family. And I said, "No, I don't know who you are." And I turned away and walked away from him. Then one of the guys tapped me on the shoulder and was like, "Hey, man, that's J Daddy. That's J old man." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I ain't know." And kept it moving. Because I ain't really like his energy. Now, later that night, we had a studio session. And he showed up to our session. He came in and asked the producer, did he want to shoot dice? He was ready to gamble. So now he already rubbed me the wrong way again because he disrupted our meeting. And now that this is Jay's old man, ain't nobody finna force him to leave the studio because it's his son's studio. So he starts shooting dice, him, the producer, and another cat I used to call Jesse James. Long story short, Jay's father lost all his money, maybe about $6,000 or $7,000. But it took all night for him to lose that money. But the very next day, we had another session. And I thought, okay, we finna get some work done tonight. And next thing you know, Jay's father showed right back up. And he was right back at it again. He asked the producer, did he want to shoot again? He said, "You got to give me a chance to win back my money." And they went right back at it. He gave him a shot to win his money back. And lo and behold, damn near every time that man rolled, he hit point. He kept rolling and he kept hitting. And he won all his money back. And he took all the producer's money. But as I was watching him win all his money back, I kept saying to myself, something ain't right. Don't nobody hit like that. Ain't nobody that lucky. Something going on with them dice. But I didn't say nothing because I ain't had no money on the floor. I was just a bystander. So I minded my own business. Because I felt like he wasted our studio time, and I wanted the producer to learn his lesson. Never to gamble with that man again, especially when you're supposed to be working with me. But I can guarantee you that those were some loaded dice, trick dice. But the producer was scared to say something himself because I could see it on his face. But knowing that was Jay's father, he didn't want to get into no type of confrontation, which was smart because he knew if he would have disrespected his father in any type of way, they would have sent soldiers over. And they can catch him anytime because he is a producer and he's always at the studio. But you can see how this is a tradition, a family tradition, because you saw what happened to Duke the Jeweler when he was winning big at Bootsy's private gambling party, and Junior was losing plenty of money to Duke. And you saw what happened to him. He lost his life. And you saw what happened to Takeoff and Quavo when he was gambling. He recognized that something was wrong with those dice. And he spoke up, which you can't fault him for. But at the same time, you got to know when to walk away and when to speak up, because he wasn't in a position of power. But just listen to some other people speak about Trick Dice and mob ties.
Do you feel like at any time that night was the gambling? Did it seem like it was a choice of theirs, or do you feel like they were being forced to gamble and ride around and kind of do all this stuff?
It felt like they were being forced to gamble.
Okay. And do you feel like the argument was kind of, Quavo wanting to stop? He wanted to quit gambling? Like they were just trying to hustle him out of more money?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they was just trying to force him to play and stuff like that? Or you feel like it was like a setup too?
Yeah, they wanted to leave, and then they were like, no, let's play more, like kind of forced.
That's why they kept saying Offset wanted to go. They couldn't leave. You would think I ain't finna let you leave. That's why you arguing and squabbling. Cause y'all really want to leave, homie. It's so much, homie. These ain't right, man. These industry, these street, homie, that's projecting these rules and then coming here playing like they admirable men with street rules and street exit. Nah, homie, them little was set up that night. That's why they on these damn podcasts talking about it and making sure they on every guy. When did gangsters start talking and explaining criminal cases? They was set up that night, homie. And everybody know that, but everybody. Everybody in there that night know what the play was, man. Everybody. Everybody in Texas know what the play is. If you rapping, you celebrity, if you like the strip club, you like to do this, you check in with them, they bringing them bad dice on you.
But entertainers, beware of with Jay Prince Jr. when he talked about let's go shoot some dice. Because the nigga got a loaded dice crew of 3 niggas, Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on. But what I do know this, Jay Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say them niggas in 5th Ward earlier that day shooting dice?
Yep. That's a fact. That word been out, Wack. That word been out. We been had that memo.
And then, so them niggas might have been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing where Quavo like, that nigga changed the dice.